this happens, some of our experts can get advice from some of our other experts. So Nanny Robina's here. We might as well use that brain of yours and help us out with our children, would ya? Let's start with Claire. You've got a question.
Because otherwise we're just talking about it backstage, so why not, make it public?
Which is what we were doing before we got here.
Just get it out there. What's happening?
Okay, so 2.5, my son's 2.5, and our general policy at dinner and meal times is, we all sit it's a positive environment. There's no forcing, there's no bribing, there's none of that. So he can eat if he wants to eat. And if he says, I don't want that, we'll offer him a bowl of cereal, but I'm not going and making him a separate meal. A lot of times recently, he just won't eat anything at all. So, worried?
I get that, I've been there. What do you say?
You know what, unless, to be honest, you know what, it doesn't matter what I say because you're going to worry. At the end of the day, when it comes to food and your baby's tummies, and I'll say, no, you got nothing to worry about, you're going to say, she don't know what she's talking about, and you're going to worry. The truth of the matter is, if you go to the doctor and the doctor says, yes, your child has a weight problem, he's underweight, you got to worry. But if he hasn't, and he seems like healthy, I don't think you have an issue. I think there are certain things outside the home you can't control. In the house, sometimes you also can't control, especially with a toddler. So let me tell you about toddlers. Toddlers go through a stage of grazing, okay? They've gone from the baby foods to the finger foods, and then they go through a grazing stage. They're not going to have a love affair with food like we do at 2.5. There are so many other things that are more interesting away from the table. So my suggestion would be, get one of those little table and chairs and let him come and go as he pleases. Now, I'm not going to say he's going to take, chocolate spread and put it all over your white couch, or spaghetti sauce as you made today. He's got to sit there, take a couple of bites, finish what he's eating, then he can go wander. He can go do his wander out, then he can come back. But trying to keep a child at the table for X amount of time, he's going to fight you on it, and he's going to fight you on the food because he doesn't want to be there.
A grand total of 1 raspberry for dinner.
What
happens a lot.
Yeah, and what you got to look at is, what did he have for breakfast and what did he have for lunch? And are you worried too much? Is he having a big lunch?
Right.
And there are certain, you often find there are certain time of day that a child will eat more than any other time. So if he's a breakfast guy, give him the bacon, eggs, toast. Right. Get him fed up, or give him the tuna fish. It doesn't matter with the 2-year-old. He doesn't care what he's having for breakfast. So give him his big meal then. At least he's had one big meal in there,
That's a smart idea, although we did the opposite. We bribed, we threatened, you're sitting there, you're staying there, you're eating the food, and you're eating it all.
Well, that's it, because you really want your child to eat something, right? And that's what happens.
Listen, different things didn't work for different families, and I'm happy we're past that phase, so also know that it's a phase.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll want food again, like we all do, right?
Yeah.
Susie, do you have a question for Robina?
My question is food-related as well. My 5-year-old is mandatory at her school, given her age, that they're given lunch, hot lunch and snacks to control allergies. So she's not eating her lunch at school. So I feed her in the morning, send her to school, and by the time I pick her up by 3:30, she's absolutely famished and just wants to stuff anything in. And we also have our own share of sort of food wars getting up from the table.
She's a bit of a picky eater.
But losing control over what she's eating, because I know what she loves. She does like some superfoods and healthy foods, but also she veers towards junky stuff as well. But losing that control in the middle of the day for 5 days out of a week is pretty critical.
And it's hard for a mum to take, but the truth of the matter is there's no easy solution to this, because what goes on outside the home you have no control of, right? The school is in control of this. So again, revert to know that you have control over breakfast, and when she comes home, at least you have control over dinner, unlike Claire. Yeah. So you can you do have over dinner, right? You don't have lunch.
I have no control anymore.
But there you go. Absolutely. You know what? Good dinner. You got control over it.
You have to make up for it, and I guess be waiting with a good snack for her as soon as she's done school, right? All right, great answers. Thank you.